What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Taville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua, Robert Helenius. Here is the breakdown of this very interesting bout. Of course, we know Helenius was a last-minute replacement for Dillian, the body snatcher White. First round, Anthony Joshua came out looking very small against the bigger Robert Helenius. Robert Helenius looked massive against him. And you could definitely knew he owned the height, he owned the reach. And Joshua, it was interesting to see Joshua in there with this type of fighter because he's been in there with four other fighters, or three, should I say, that have all been shorter. Pulev, Povetkin, the two fights with Ruiz and the two fights with Usyk. All of those guys are under him. Now he had another and a difficult challenge coming from the replacement as Helenius was taller and he had better reach. He had to work and maneuver his way into the jab. He couldn't use the jab as an advantage like the Klitschko era because he didn't have that advantage. He didn't have the height. He didn't have the reach. He couldn't easily just throw that jab and let that jab take him all around the world. It needed discipline, it needed footwork, it needed movement, and it definitely needed offense because Helenius was jabbing Joshua at will. He was taking that jab to Joshua, and Joshua was feeling the effects. And what Helenius was doing, he wasn't throwing power behind a lot of his shots. He was throwing these sporadic counter flurries, okay? And they were kind of catching Joshua, and we noticed by the round one, second end of the round, Joshua had some swelling right here. You know what I mean? And then that swelling moved to this side when the jabs, okay? Because that jab was mostly hitting here, and I think it was the third round where Joshua definitely hit him with a right hand, and Helenius, I think he felt it because he clenched immediately, okay? But instinctively, that's what he's supposed to do, okay? And it was a lot of jabs to the stomach, jabs to the chest from Joshua. Joshua took some punishment upstairs, obviously, from the taller, bigger guy. Longer guy. But I noticed the blood in about the fourth round, the blood from Helenius started to trickle from the nose of him. And then so was Joshua. So both of these guys gave each other trading nosebleeds. Okay. And I looked at this fight and Helenius started to come on. At the end of the fifth, something strange happened with Helenius. Helenius started getting crunk. Helenius started raising his hands because he knew, like, look, I'm in a comfort zone, okay? I'm in a comfort zone with AJ because I believe AJ has stamina issues. So he was like, look, I've lasted this long. I think it was a moral victory state of mind, okay? And in the sixth round, I dare say he won the sixth round. Okay, because he came out throwing flurries, those counter flurries that he was starting earlier. And he wasn't throwing a lot of them, but he was trading jabs with Joshua. And Joshua kind of gets hit. He gets this deer in the headlight type of movement for a while. And Helenius won the sixth round. And in the seventh round, though, okay, Joshua was getting hit with some shots. People were starting to doubt. The crowd was getting low, okay? And Joshua did exactly what Derek James told him to do. Jab to the body, get close enough because you're jabbing in. You're using your jab to get in, not upstairs, but into the body. And then he landed the right hand, knocking Helenius' spark out. He gets out of the ring. He salutes his dad, his other family. He takes a drink of Guinness, right? And he finally comes back into the ring, bloody-nosed and all. Both swole eyes, nose bloody. He looks like he's definitely been in there with a fight. Now, they asked him what and who did he call out. He didn't. He said, my back, oh, I need the doctor. My back is hurting. He left, and Eddie Hearn stepped in. He said, that's the fight we want. We want that fight. That's definitely a fight that, look, it's not something concrete to me hearing Eddie say that. It sounds good, but it doesn't sound like, hey, that's the fight we want next. He said we are, though, going to air and to get that fight closed in the next few days. So we will see on that. What does this mean for Helenius? I think Helenius would have gave anybody hell based on the success, based on the victories that he had over the undefeated Adam Kalnaki, which put him into a retirement state of mind. I think he would have gave anyone hell. Wilder just got the job done in round 1, and that saved him the problems for taking shots from Helenius, because Helenius was a game opponent. I think at that time he tried to go and get over anxious for Wilder, and Wilder showed him why you shouldn't. Counterpunch. But did he have his moments against Joshua? Absolutely. He sure did. He showed that, hey, he is a contender. He showed that, hey, he is a guy worth seeing. And he's a mutual opponent between Joshua and Wilder. Okay, the third for both guys. And they both knocked him out. It's just Joshua is a 7th round guy. Wilder is a 1st round guy. One hitter quitter versus accumulation. But to be fair, Joshua caught him with 1 shot. Okay, so it was a KO on both parties. And for people that think Deontay Wilder did not hit and land Helenius, you're crazy looking at this shot here. He felt the same way, it was over with. He crumbled Helenius. Okay? And all the respect to him, he saved the card. You guys tell me what you think of Anthony Joshua knocking out Robert Helenius in round number 7 with a huge right hand. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!